AFL superstar.
How many countries will you visit? It's around about 32.
Eagle supporter.
Doesn't get any better than that.
No, that's it.
Hi, Michaelkeil here. Thanks for tuning in today. Today I'm with a very special guest. He's my sales coach from Sales Coach Australia, David James. He's also a very good friend of mine, and he's pretty much my secret weapon to being a successful agent. So David, thanks for joining us today.
Pleasure, Mike.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Now David, for the people watching this video, you're a sales coach, but before you tell us about your business, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you've come from? You're a WA boy. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my background, Mike, is regional Western Australia. I was fortunate enough to enjoy a wonderful childhood and upbringing in the city of Kalgoorlie-Boulder, which saw me progress through the education system. My first job there was in banking.
Yep.
That took me away from Kalgoorlie, brought me back to Kalgoorlie in the bank, and it was when I was in the bank in Kalgoorlie that I then went into sales, which was selling life assurance door to door.
Okay.
And then from life assurance sales, I sold a policy to a guy, and he said, "Hey mate, you should be in real estate. You know, that's your future. That's your lot in life." So that drove me into the real estate industry in the early 80s, and I'm really, really happy that I made that decision, and it's been able to provide me the life that myself and my family now enjoy.
Brilliant. Now, David, I know about your real estate life because one time our association with Osnet
Yes.
saw you winning all these awards, just cleaning up, and I said I have to go and work with this gentleman, and which I did. I came up to Kalgoorlie. I don't think I was too good in real estate, but we won a premiership that year.
Yeah, you were good at playing AFL.
So I know firsthand how good you are in real estate, and obviously that's transitioned nicely as a sales coach. So for anybody watching this, you and I, we meet up once a month. Just explain what we do when we catch up.
Yeah, sure, Mike. Look, one of the big things with coaching is accountability. There's not many of us that have the self-discipline to hold ourselves accountable for all the things that we need to do in the sales and the real estate industry to be successful at it. So you and I spend a lot of time in regards to your monthly accountability. What's your main focus this month? What are your short-term victories and your long-term excitement? What's your marketing going to be? Where will your listings come from? And then more importantly, what are your expected sales based around your existing stock and the necessary adjustments that need to be made to that stock to enable you to hit your KPIs for the month. It really is about a lot of accountability, innovation, thought-provoking, ideas, and then motivation to walk away with a plan for the next 30 days.
Yeah, and like I'm so grateful, mate, that we catch up monthly, because what you've been able to help me with is you've helped eliminate the fear of where's my next sale. So when we do the monthly business plan, we look at all of our stock and we say, if it's not sold by a certain date, what needs to happen?
Sure.
And then if that happens, e.g. it might be the seller might need to adjust their price, then that will result in a sale. And David and I just did a business plan for February, and we've identified that there's potentially 16 sales. So, and that's a nice feeling before you start the month, before any sales are on the board, knowing that there's 16 potential sales and high probability. So, mate, thank you very much for that, because you have eliminated a lot of fear, and I'm sure a lot of salespeople watching this sort of live in that world, of where's your next sale. So.
Yeah, they do, Mike, because they don't do any forward planning, or they don't do any forward looking at their business. So they do have a run of a couple of good weeks or a month, and they exhaust all their stock and they sell their stock, and then they say, well, what am I going to sell next? So that's the other thing that we do. We also sit down and say, righto, Mike, if you sell these 16 properties, what is your stock list going to look like at the end of February?
Yeah.
Well, hang on a moment, it's going to look depleted. Well, therefore, in amongst all those price adjustments, sales, vendor meetings, etc., we also have to put in place a prospecting plan so we're replenishing the stock all the time.
Correct, yeah, because real estate can be like a roller coaster where you've got your highs, you suddenly sell all your listings, and then next thing there's no listings left, and then if there's no listings, there's no income. So again, working with you has given me great consistency. So, but look, what today's about is, apart from sharing David's work with me, is to promote David and his business, and how anybody that's watching this video can benefit from David's involvement. So David, somebody wants you as a coach, how do they go about it, and do they meet with you and you put a plan together on what they need? Can you explain that to us?
Yeah, sure, Mike. Look. The initial thing is that we have a telephone conversation. I then give my services available to them to meet for probably the best part of an hour, so I can determine what they want and what they're looking for, and of course they can determine as well as to whether they like me and they think that I can contribute to their business.
Yeah.
And then from there we then lock in our monthly meetings. Some people these days, Mike, like to see me fortnightly.
Okay.
Some people like to have access to me for just a 10-minute call every week.
Okay.
So there's different types of levels of coaching associated with different packages.
Beautiful.
But whatever it is, we start off by having a cuppa, and then from there I can tailor and suit a plan that's going to help them with their business and getting to the next level.
No.
See, we can't be running on the spot all the time, can we?
No.
We've got to keep growing, because that's the demands of the world and the demands of the real estate marketplace. So whatever you want, we can tailor it to suit you based upon our initial discussion.
Brilliant. So great flexibility there. Now, David, how would somebody contact you? Do you have a Facebook page or a email or mobile that you could share?
Yeah, sure. Look, on Facebook it's just simply David James, and on Instagram it's DJ Sales. In regards to my webpage, it's djsalescoach.com.au, or you can give me a call on 0418 935 583.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time today. Obviously it's always good to see you, mate. And for anybody out there that wants arguably Australia's best sales coach, give David a call. I couldn't recommend him highly enough. Thank you.